There are a lot of ways to navigate a trip. You can ask someone for directions, use a simple map, or hey, you could just wing it. But these are complicated times, and complicated times call for a more strategic approach. Meet the Adams, Steve and Linda, a couple that clearly knows where they want to go, smoothly and happily into retirement. Trouble is, they don't know the best route. On the outside, they appear to have it all. Lovely home, nice cars. In fact, most people would call Steve and Linda wealthy. But behind that front door, what you see on the outside isn't necessarily reality. In fact, one wrong turn, and Steve and Linda could steer their very comfortable lifestyle right off a cliff. So MoneyTrack came to their beautiful home in Cape Cod to help them navigate their way. Hi, Linda and Steve. How are you? Nice to see you. Hi. How are you?
Good.
Good.
Well, I'm 58 years old, having an interesting time at this part of my life. 6 years ago, we moved down to this part of Cape Cod, and we're really enjoying the summer months and getting out in our boat and having a good time with all of that. Because we have 3 kids, all of whom are grown.
You all have been married now for how many years again?
36 years.
36 wonderful years.
36 years. Yes.
Mostly
of the time,
wonderful.
Most of the time they're wonderful. He's built a very fine life for us.
We have 2 boats. We've got a 42-foot Sea Ray Sun Dancer. It's like a floating cottage.
We have a pretty good life. Steve works very hard.
Well, I'm having a good year this year. I've been able to grow my business by pretty close to 100% over last year. So this year I'll earn around $300,000.
A salary of $300,000 a year? They should be set, right? Well, things aren't always what they seem in the numbers department.
One of the things I worry about is how long that will last. We have to prepare if it doesn't continue. The volatility of the stock market has made things very difficult to plan on.
We panicked once. There was a drop in the stock market. We totally panicked. We sold off a whole bunch of stuff. Bad move.
What are you both most concerned about in terms of your future?
What I'm afraid of is we'll run out of money. And I like to spend money.
We don't want to be homeless. We don't want to be a burden on our children.
Are you actually concerned that you could really become homeless?
You just see so many homeless people. You see people that are not well retired. I just don't want that to happen to us.
You know, after spending an entire day with Steve and Linda, I really started to wonder, can they keep all this going into retirement? Or are they living some kind of retirement illusion?
If you can't dream, you can't live. You need to go to the next level. A bigger boat, another house, more jewelry. That's my big pay up. A little bling.
Okay, so they like to spend and spend. But what I'm learning here is that they've never seriously crunched the numbers to make sure they can continue to afford all this. Ironically, Steve was a math major in college. The couple also gets investing advice from 2 financial advisors. Yet here they are, all over the map. So now the real work begins. We brought in a financial expert, Jason Lilly, to help Steve and Linda.
So retirement is going to be the traditional retirement, which is age 65. In terms of the United States population, you're probably in the top 5% in terms of wage earners. So that's very, very good. Let's talk a little bit about spending, okay? You have a pretty good idea of what your monthly expenses currently average.
We're spending probably between $8,000 and $10,000 a month right now.
What's it cost to maintain the big boat?
Well, it depends. That's with or without gas.
So from there, they went on to answer other tough questions. How much is in their cash reserves? What's in their retirement savings accounts? In real estate, the car, the boats, the land, and income relative to spending. This one looks especially suspect.
I'm going to go back to the office and crunch some numbers.
Now they're about to have their route to retirement calculated.
Approaching left turn.
Okay, guys, it's bottom line time.
Uh-oh.
I asked you what you thought you were spending per month now. You remember what you told me?
I thought I spent between $8,000 and $10,000 a month.
it's closer to $16,000 per month, a little bit more than that. So here's the good news. You had a net worth of about $1,500,000. You've got about 75% in stocks and about 25% in bonds. We're closer to retirement than not. So one of the things I'd encourage you is to take a look at that overall asset allocation. So you can reduce your stocks to maybe 50% stocks, 50% bonds. You make more than the typical family. You spend more than the typical family. And if you want to have a similar type of lifestyle, you need to save more than the typical family. So you're going to be about 73% funded.
So how do you get that other 27%?
If you save an extra $1,500 a month, that will get you pretty close.
Wait a minute. $1,500 a month is going to make or break this couple's retirement? Doesn't seem like all that much. But Jason says if they don't make these adjustments, they'll be out of money by the time they hit 75. That's only about halfway through their retirement. Forget boats, forget jewelry. At that point, keeping the roof over their heads would be their real issue. And they would have never known this had they not invested the time to do the simple math. Do you think you can do it?
You have to. You have to.
I think we'll be able to do it.
You have arrived